Hey guys, today I wanted to make a bit of a let's play of one of my favorite games lately, which is Darkest Dungeon, which you might have heard of, but maybe you didn't because it's an indie game that isn't too popular. And I'm gonna continue my campaign. Here I play on normal difficulty, and I've been playing this for a few weeks already.
You have merely glimpsed the edge of the abyss, but it is enough to trigger the cycle of revelation.
I like the speaker.
Like me, you will begin to see things as they truly are.
I like the speaker a lot, and as you might be able to see already, I've been playing this game for a bit, and it is a tough game. It is quite challenging, and this is why I enjoy it so much. This is basically the town square, and these are the buildings that you can upgrade in the game. And first of all, Darkest Dungeon, what kind of game is it? It's a dungeon crawler that is definitely made to be kind of tough and tactical in the fights, and there are things like permadeath of your heroes and stuff like this, which make it not so suitable for just casual gaming, but at the same time I don't think it's too difficult, frankly, because so far I've been able to deal quite well. So I only have like a few heroes that died so far, and most of them died actually with one boss fight where the siren I got really unlucky. But in general, I didn't have that many heroes that died in this game. So yeah, what is this game? You basically get heroes here in the stagecoach, and every week you get new heroes. The problem is those are low level, so these ones are level 0 and these ones are level 1. And especially when it gets more difficult later on, you need high levels, like here, level 6 or level 5. So yeah, most of my heroes have a high level. And there are different classes. As you can see, these are all my heroes to the right. And you have to kind of decide which classes you want to specialize in, because you can't have all of them, and it kind of depends on your playstyle. So I'm not gonna make a huge intro of all the game mechanics, because if you're interested you might as well check this game out. I can really recommend it if you like tactical games that are pretty dark. And what's special about this game is, I think, on the one hand, that all your heroes will get quirks, and these are positive quirks like these ones, which are like more damage to certain types of enemies, or negative quirks like being compulsive or making less damage or getting more stress than usually. So these are the attacks, and I can only select 4 attacks when I go into a dungeon, and these are camping skills that I will be using while camping, which you can do once or twice in a dungeon. And these are the slots that you can use for trinkets, and this is an important mechanic as well. So if you do play for a longer time, you will get important trinkets that will improve your damage output, for example, or lead to higher crit damage. And this is why these things are very important. You need to use them tactically. If you play against unholy enemies, you want to have maybe this one which increases damage against unholy, and so on. So these buildings have different functions and you need to upgrade them. So just to show this stagecoach where I get the new heroes, I had to upgrade these with these different resources that I have down here, which are different types of valuables like statues or portraits, or these are deeds and these are crests. So basically you need to invest those to upgrade your different houses, which allows you to have more heroes or have better weapon upgrades, which you can do here. I have it fully upgraded. Or here you can basically improve the skills of all of your heroes. And this is a house where you can buy different trinkets, but I never did it, frankly. And these two houses, Tavern and Abbey, can be used to decrease your stress level. And this is one of the key mechanics in this game, which really differentiates it compared to other games, is that all of the heroes have a stress level as well. Unfortunately, I can't really show it because none of my heroes are really stressed, but you would see it here with some white points. You would see the stress level of every hero. And if this bar is full, if your hero is really stressed, then he will become kind of crazy and become like masochistic or something and start attacking your other companions. And if you're in a dungeon, and if that happens, it's very problematic because it can really lead to life and death, because he's gonna stress out your other heroes in your party. So let's say here I upgraded this as well, not fully because I didn't really use it so often, but I would just put this person in here to reduce their stress level. And what I can also do is, here in the sanitarium, I can cure diseases, because when fighting in dungeons you often get inflicted with diseases, especially in the later levels. And also you basically get very severe, the contrary of bonuses, you get weaker from the diseases. But also what you can do here in the treatment ward is you can get rid of these negative quirks, which is quite expensive though, so I didn't do it too often, especially when there's this skull here. It becomes much more expensive. So these are the very basic mechanics of the game. In the tavern you can go to a bar or to a gambling hall or to a brothel to decrease your stress level. And also, since the update, the DLC, you can also buy some buildings which are quite expensive. And just to show it here, I bought a bank, which might also be the reason why I have quite a lot of money. And then here there is a granary which gives you more food and also some free food and provides more healing. Then I have this one puppet theater which helps you to reduce stress every week, which otherwise wouldn't happen. And then I have this building which helps the 4 classes. I only use the arbalest and the houndmaster in general, sometimes the men-at-arms. And then I have this building which helps the occultist and the plague doctor. Yep. And in general, these are key mechanics. I mean, obviously, I would have to go into a lot of depth if I wanted to explain everything, but this game is really addicting, and I think I can show you why. This is basically the menu where you can select in which dungeon you want to go into, and in general there are 4 regions, which are ruins, where you will mostly find undead enemies, the warrens, where you will find kind of pigs which are inflicting bleed, but also are quite you can harm them quite well with bleed attacks. Then there's the wield, which is an area where there's mainly eldritch enemies, which is one type of beast type, let's say. And then finally there's the cove, where there's mostly fish type enemies, which you can attack well with blight. So maybe to just kind of explain main mechanics, aside from the normal physical damage, there is also blight damage, which every turn leads to damage for the enemy. And there is blight damage, which mainly the pest doctor is able to inflict, and also some other classes. But the problem is, this is kind of a mage type. He's not very resistant to physical damage. So this is just a very basic introduction. And actually the darkest dungeon, this is like the very last dungeon, and I already beat the first of 3. This is where I actually lost one of my heroes. And unfortunately, one thing I noticed now is that I can't use these heroes anymore, because you will see this torch symbol next to my hero, which now I found out, once your hero was in a darkest dungeon, you can't use him anymore for normal battles because he's too traumatized, I guess. Maybe that's a bit of a spoiler already, so I'm not gonna talk too much about this, but I guess this shows you that this game is pretty tough, because once your heroes die, which it takes a lot of time for them to level up to level 6, they're gonna stay dead, unless you can sometimes bring them back from the graveyard if there's a specific town event. But otherwise, they will stay dead. And you also, if you enter a dungeon, you have to buy food and shovels and so on. So especially at the beginning, you can't just upgrade all your heroes with very good weapons and armor, because you're not having enough money. Money will be an issue always. So now I'm actually kind of in a comfortable situation that I don't really have money issues, but the game is still tough for me. But yeah, I think I talked a bit too much. The interesting part is, I mean, the fact that you basically have to decide if you wanna treat your heroes, because you're gonna have some favorite heroes here, and get rid of their quirks or get rid of their stress, or put them actually into a dungeon. That's quite tricky sometimes, and it's not really easy to decide, because you're gonna have some heroes which are good against some kind of enemies, and so you might not be able to use them because they're too stressed, or because they have too many negative quirks, like this one. I don't like this one, so I might want to get rid of it actually. Yeah, this is a very bad one. I think this is something I want to do now. So, Cruel, I like her name. I didn't choose it myself. No, it was her. She has this pretty bad quirk, so I think you want to get rid of quirks that decrease your damage, obviously, and 15% is quite significant, so this is something I committed to. But as you can see now, I can't use her for the next dungeon, obviously, and her too. I should, yeah. Actually, I treated her for her disease, but now I know this makes no sense, because she can't be used anymore for the darkest dungeon, at least. Yeah, this is too expensive. I'm not gonna treat those. Alright. So yeah, I think I'm gonna show how going through a dungeon looks like, and it's always very tricky for me to decide which heroes I'm gonna pick, and especially because they're so valuable in a way. really sometimes when I went to a boss battle I was like shaking because I really didn't want to lose my heroes, and because I didn't have that much money left. Because if you are able to leave a dungeon, but then your heroes are going to be really stressed and develop very negative quirks, which in turn will cost money to heal. But maybe just to show what this could look like, I could show you one medium dungeon, I thought. So basically here you have different missions, so to say, and in general they're similar. Either you complete all the room battles, or you explore 90% of the rooms, or sometimes it's a bit different. It's like gathering different materials or something. And here you see the rewards that you get, which is very important to see that this is a trinket, the ones that are collected here, and that the trinket is actually useful to you. And frankly, none of these trinkets are really useful to me, and this is why maybe this one is kind of useful. So maybe I'm gonna go in here, why not? So now I have to decide what I'm gonna do. So this is gonna be a bit difficult to decide. Actually, the tough ring, it's not so bad. And this is the bust, this is this resource. I don't really need them anymore because I don't really need to upgrade those things anymore. I actually just need to finish the last darkest dungeon missions, which is not gonna be super easy, but that's fine. Okay, so first of all you want to have some kind of tank or damage dealer in the front. So this is the party, and unfortunately one of my lepers died. These guys do pretty good damage at the beginning, but I think I'm not gonna choose him. I think, and here you can see the position that they're preferred in, so they prefer to be in the front. So yeah, I'm just gonna, instead of just explaining everything, I'm gonna pick this one. I really like those. They are powerful and they can heal very well, and they're kind of a masochistic class, so to say. Then next, I really enjoy, this guy's good in the cove, so I'm gonna pick him. Briggs. I'm gonna pick him next. And then eventually, I'm going to pick one of those guys because they are good in the cove. They do blight damage. And then eventually I think I'm going to pick either, maybe Cruel. So she does more damage in the cove, so this is good. I'm gonna pick her. So this is a bit of an unusual party because usually you would have one more of a tank in the front. You would pick maybe the Man-at-Arms, which is a very good tanky class, or this class, the Hellion, which is a very good damage dealer. But in this case I do rely more on the ranged fighters, ranged heroes to deal damage, and this guy's main role will be to mark enemies and to heal, although this guy heals as well. So yeah, now that I decided the composition of my team, I have to decide the trinkets that I'm gonna use, which is a very important decision. So for him, this is, I think, the Swine King, one of the bosses at the highest difficulty, dropped this. This is a very good trophy. And next I'm gonna use this trophy, which is also useful. My occultist is gonna get this one, which makes more... No, that's actually not what I want. I want this one. It deals more damage against Eldritch, and there is quite some Eldritches in the cove. And next maybe I want something that helps him to dodge better, because he's gonna get hit quite a lot. So I have this coat which gives 15 dodge additionally. And not lastly, but next I have the arbalist, which is shooting with her, arbalist thing. I want her to have something that gives her some range damage. I think I'm gonna give her this. And what else? Maybe something that helps her dodge a bit better. Yeah, I don't know. So for him, I want something that helps him to stun enemies and to lead to blight. And he's going to be quite stressed, so I want something that reduces stress levels. So I'm going to give him this box, which decreases stress by 25%. Okay, so you know what's pretty mean also? There's only one save game, so everything I screw up now is gonna screw me up in the long term. So I don't want to completely screw up everything here and lose all my trinkets, because if my characters die in here, they're gonna lose the trinkets. I mean, you can't get them back if you defeat like some Shrieker hero, but it's pretty annoying, and the Shrieker is pretty strong as well. So, but that's fine. I think this is good as well. More damage with range skills. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with my composition now. So, I think I'm gonna start this game now. Let's go. This is the part where you decide how much food you want to take. So it's a medium dungeon, so I want to have a bit of food. Make sure to have enough shovels, because if you don't have them, it's gonna be pretty annoying. And I also, what else do they do? Sometimes they have these crabs which do a shitload of damage, but I don't really need this because I have this medicine thing, so maybe I'm taking 2 of those more. And then another key thing is having enough torches, because you constantly need to use torches, otherwise your heroes are gonna get really stressed. So I don't know, maybe 2 more, but that's it. I just want to take my time to show you. So I think I have enough food. So at this moment sometimes you're really stressed because you think like, oh, maybe I forgot something, and you really don't want your heroes to die because they're level 6, and I actually need those heroes to survive in the darkest dungeon. And they're also upgraded too. Like their weapons and their armor is fully upgraded to level 5, so this was pretty expensive, so I don't want to lose them again. But that's fine. Let's start. So now I'm starting in this dungeon, in the cove. And I already beat all bosses on the hardest difficulty, so there's not gonna be boss fights here.
The smell of rotting fish is almost unbearable.
So yeah. You can see here, this is the dungeon and the different rooms. And I was able to scout them already, so I kind of know what's ahead of me. There's gonna be a trap here. There's gonna be a room battle here. And as my objective is to explore 90% of the rooms, I'm gonna walk to this side. I know that there's not gonna be a battle, which is fine. So this is something I'm gonna pick up. You don't want to pick up everything though, because sometimes there are traps and your people get stressed. This is the light here, and you generally want to use torches, otherwise your heroes get more stressed, and it has some implications on their fighting skills as well.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
I think the drawing style is pretty cool. At least I enjoy it. I mean, fights, at first when I saw a fight, I thought it's just like two animations basically, but it's really immersive, the game, that's all I can say. And I think now I'm hungry, so I'm gonna use some of the food that I had here. So yeah, I hope that you're not too bored so far. Alright. So I know that there's gonna be a battle in this room, so I hope that the enemies are not too insanely difficult. Let's go. So yeah, these are pretty strong actually, all of them. One thing I want to do maybe is increase my speed, so I'm gonna use this attack first, which increases my speed. So this game is turn-based, so whoever has the highest speed count will be able to go first. And if your enemies have higher speed, then they can go first. This guy is a very heavy tank. So what my pest doctor usually will do is put blight on the enemies. It doesn't do much damage, but it does 6 damage per round, which is pretty high. So I want to get rid of this guy first because he's inflicting stress on me and he can actually heal the others. The problem is this guy is probably gonna protect this guy at some point. So I think the KI is pretty good in this game. Yeah, that's the danger. These guys are attacking my occultist right away and they deal a lot of damage. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to mark... Oh shit, he dodged me actually. So that's the bad luck you can have in this game. But that's fine, I think I'm going to try to kill, or I'm going to use suppressing fire to decrease their accuracy. So I'm going to continue spamming either plague grenades or I'm going to try to stun them. You can see down here the stun resistance of them is not so high. So I'm gonna go ahead and stun them. So they can't attack me, which is a good thing. Next, I want to get rid of these enemies. This enemy first, because he's dealing a lot of damage to my back rows. So I'm gonna use it. In general, it's a good idea to try to sequentially eliminate enemies because otherwise they deal too much damage. Luckily, I was able to dodge this right now. Now the question is, will I attack or will I think I'm gonna try this again. This time it worked. So now you can see he's marked. That's a very good strategy because now they can deal a lot of damage.
Unforeseen, unforgiving.
So yeah. Now that this enemy was marked, which you can see here, I can deal a lot more damage. Twice the damage actually. So you can see what this does. 33 damage. This is actually one of the strongest combinations in the game, I think. So now what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna get rid of, I think, which one? The one with less, I don't know which one really. This one. He's protected anyways, so fine. So yeah, as you can see already, I'm already getting problems because I'm almost dying. So now what I want to do is try to heal myself. So that's not good, as you can see I only healed 2. And there's no auto regeneration of health, so you can already see that this game is really pretty tough because if this guy dies, I'm not happy. So I think I'm gonna try to kill this guy.
Annihilate.
That's great again. My Arbalest is really a monster. I don't know. So this guy is very good at dealing bleed damage. You already see he gets 6 bleed damage per round from my flagellant and 6 blight damage here. Alright, I'm trying to heal myself again. Okay, this is a bit better because the number is random here. I'm gonna increase the blight damage again. Now it's 12 damage per rounds. And now I'm gonna show you something that's pretty cool. You know, he has 12 health. I don't need to attack him anymore because he's gonna die from the bleed and the blight. So what I'm gonna do is use the time I have to heal up my party, and I'm gonna heal my plague doctor a bit. And now I'm showing you one of the most overpowered skills in the game, I think. So the flagellant can either make a lot of bleed damage or heal himself and another hero, but only if his health is below half. So this is the case now, and you will see how powerful this healing spell is. Look, it's insane. I mean, you're basically invincible in a way if you have this guy in your party and if he doesn't die. So I can recommend taking him. So now I'm pretty good health-wise. I think I'm going to heal my plague doctor a bit. And she can heal as well. So as you can see, everybody can heal here, which is pretty useful. As I said, this guy's dead now. So these are the treasures I found here. I'm gonna pick them up, but my backpack is pretty small, unfortunately. And this is something you're gonna have to deal with all the time. The fact that there's not that much space in your backpack, so you're gonna have to decide what you want to pick up. Alright, so I already know that I will have to go there because I need to explore these rooms. I will know that there's gonna be a battle here in between. And you can see here, this guy's already a bit stressed, which is fine because it's not nearly enough.
The twisted faces of
I don't like this guy at all. He's pretty strong and he will summon some other classes which do protect him and so on. So this is one of the tougher fights, unfortunately, but yeah. I'm gonna mark him now so I can attack him with my arbalist in a second. Yeah, I can't use this yet. So now he's gonna summon 3 other eldritches, which can heal him and so on. So this guy's super annoying. I mean, but what's good is I can attack him now with my double damage. This is very good. He's already dying almost. I mean, unless he's being healed. So I think I want to get rid of this one because she can heal everybody. I don't like that. So yeah, I'm gonna put some more blight on him now. Yeah, that's what I told you. She's healing him again. But he's taking good damage, so yeah, that's not good. But I'm gonna heal my pest doctor now, first of all. So yeah, as you can see, every fight is challenging in a way. Now that he's marked, he's gonna get attacked more often. So I think I basically have to heal him again. I don't really have that much other choices. So now I'm gonna use my sniper shot again. And he's gonna die pretty soon. But what am I gonna do? I think either I heal this or I attack these guys again. So, you know what? I'm healing her right now. this marked and also bleed to myself, and it's gonna protect me as well. So I'm gonna do this now. Honestly, I love the Flagellant. It's one of my favorite classes because he actually likes to be attacked. He's a very masochistic, sick thing. Yeah, I think I want to make sure that this guy dies, so... Unfortunately, the damage output of the Flagellant isn't so impressive. And I'm getting attacked quite heavily by these guys, but it's fine. I think I want to make sure that... Yeah, I mean, honestly, I don't really worry so much about health, but I'm still gonna do it now. She's not healing. The big one, which is good.
A predator is often blind to its own
Good,
peril.
so the big one is dead, so otherwise he would be summoning new ones all the time. So what I could be doing now is either stunning him or... I think I'm gonna use this on her because I find her annoying. And she's gonna die pretty soon. Yeah, good. I like it when you attack my Flagellant because...
This is how a life is
Okay,
taken.
not yet, but soon he's gonna be able to use his strong healing attack again. So should I attack or should I don't know. Maybe just heal. Oh, this is great. This always happens to me when I fight bosses, basically. The fact that he sometimes doesn't heal anything.
Destroyed.
My herbalist is really doing most of the kills, frankly. She's a beast. Especially if you have the occultist to mark enemies. So I think I'm just gonna try. Oh look, I'm so lucky. I'm gonna try again. But yeah, sometimes the fights can go on for a longer time because enemies are just pretty tough. And I mean, he's gonna die next round, so I'm not gonna attack him anymore. I'm gonna go on and heal my
A brilliant confluence
people.
of skill and purpose.
This cures bleed, so I'm gonna use it on her. I don't even have to attack him. I don't know what I'm gonna do. So here, let's hope that he can do something happen. I don't know what's up with his healing. It's so bad right now.
Compassion is a rarity in the fevered
So, yeah.
pitch of battle.
This took a long time. But at least I got some
Remind
valuable
yourself that overconfidence
diamond, which gives me a lot of
insidious
money.
killer.
So yeah, I'm gonna get to a room battle next. Let's see how dangerous it will be. Actually, I didn't even heal my party, which is a bit risky, but I could be healing them with food, but I think I'm gonna do fine. So, I want to increase my speed now. And you want to put bleed on these guys. And you want to mark this guy so I can kill him soon. Because these guys can... The good thing is he has a high dodge value, my guy here. I don't want them to attack my back rows, which they can't do, so I'm gonna kill the ones in the back first. Yeah, this is not good. She mustn't die. Yeah, these guys do good damage, as you can see.
Their formation is broken.
No fight is really
Maintain the
easy,
offensive.
honestly. So, which one am I gonna kill, I guess? Yeah, really, I want to have this one dead. I don't want to have my people die here.
Great is the weapon that
I hope
cuts
that
on
they're
its
gonna
own.
attack my front guy, because he can heal the rest then. Come on, do some good healing. Oh, this sucks so much. That's not good. Look,
More blood soaks the soil,
he's dead.
feeding the
So
evil.
this is one of the first times that it has happened to me, but I'm really unlucky this time. So this actually happened. So now I have to retreat because my hero's dead forever, and I lost the trinkets from him. It's pretty bad, isn't it? So yeah, this is the cinematic effect because now even this guy is dying.
Test.
Now I have to heal myself again.
Or expire.
But as you can see, this game is tough. So this hasn't happened to me in a long time.
Give
But
them no quarter.
I haven't even done half of the dungeon and I'm already dead, basically.
Obliterated.
So, as you can see, actually I got this back from him, which is good.
Success.
I want this thing back definitely because it's very useful. And maybe I want... Yeah, I have to leave this. So I can open this one. It's not trapped, which is good. Okay. So I got very careless, as you can see. And usually I would maybe take a nap here, but this can happen at any moment. Basically now it's gonna be too tough to win this dungeon because I still have a lot of fights left. Maybe I could do it, but I'm not gonna risk it. So now I'm gonna abandon this quest. Actually, this only happened to me once before, or maybe not at all in this playthrough, so this is a good showcase.
So that we may learn to pick ourselves up once again.
Because as you can see now, he picked up a negative trait, and all of them got pretty stressed. This one isn't too bad, but my occultist is dead now, which kinda sucks.
Fever of willful determination sweeps through the barracks.
Yep, this is where he is now. He's dead now, and I can't really bring him back. And the problem is I only got one other which I can use for the next missions. And this is a bit problematic, so I guess I'll have to train another one. So this is what happens. What I can show you as well is that now that this guy is stressed, I will have to reduce his stress level. He will only flagellate himself. And I also... Who else was with me this time? Yeah, I gotta use it on him as well. What is it? He will only go to the brothel. I don't want to heal him at all. He's not important to me. What about her? Is she stressed? Does she have any negative afflictions? Not really. So yeah, I'm gonna reduce this. So yeah, this was my little playthrough. I wasn't able to show you the whole dungeon because you actually saw even me being basically maxed out in a way. I got completely unlucky this one time, and maybe my party composition wasn't very good as well. So basically, I would have to do it again. And imagine if you're fighting a boss, you will have to spend money every time if you want to level up your people again. So you really feel kind of stressed when you go into a dungeon and you aren't sure if you're gonna make it, because upgrading your heroes is very expensive. You need to buy them new skills and you need to buy them new weapons, which can cost a lot of money. So you really want to be careful. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm not gonna cut my defeat out, and if you like the atmosphere, if you like tough games that are challenging and that are tactical, this is an amazing game and I can really recommend it. And I think I'm gonna finish it, the Darkest Dungeon. I'm gonna finish it very soon, so I hope you like this and talk to you soon. Bye.